Isn't this cover amazing or what? I love it. And it's like you can see, yeah. It's Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton. And I have to say that I have loved this one. First of all, sorry if I look a bit like shit, but I feel like shit. That's the joy of living with chronic illnesses. But I escaped into this book and it was amazing, so I want to share it with you. And we are going to find this main character. She's called Amani, and I love that she's this girl that has how to put into words. She's alone, and she has been dealt a very bad hand in life. Her mother was killed in front of her eyes, and you will know why when you read. And now she's living with her uncle and her aunt, and they kind of abuse her. They use her. She has to open the store. She has to work for them, and she's despised and humiliated. And at the beginning of the book, we find her. She is dressed as a boy, and she's want to go to a shooting range kind of thing because there's a prize if she wins. And she wants that prize because it turns out that his uncle wants to marry her to himself, and she doesn't want that. She wants to escape this life in which she has nothing, and she wants to go to that place that her mom talked about, that place where she is gonna be free, and it won't matter if she's a girl because where she is living, she's she's actually less just for being a girl. It doesn't matter how hard she tries, it doesn't matter how good she is, her voice isn't heard because she's a girl. And also she gets to be treated like property, and she can be married off even to her own family, and that she doesn't want that for herself. So she's in that place where something goes very bad, and she meets a guy called Jean, and there's like this amazing attraction between them. Just from the first pages you can feel it. And as I say, something happens, it all blows up, and they go their separate ways, but they find each other again very soon. Seems like Jean, is running away for something. He's been persecuted by the army, and she sort of help him, and then decides that maybe Jean, is the one that can help her escape this city where she doesn't want to be. And what's even better than all of this is having this girl who is trying to find her place in the world, that feels like she's alone, and then finds this amazing guy who's very sexy, and you really feel that, which is something that I love because I hate insta love books. So having these two characters where you can feel the attraction, that was for me amazing. But the thing is that the action happens in the desert, as you can see by the cover. And one of the things that I love the most is that it has this amazing lore, this amazing mythos, because we are going to be reading about the genie. We are going to be reading about Buraki. We are going to find a Buraki in the book, and it's like this horse that's made of sun and wind, and they have, as all the genie and magical creatures of the desert, they have this vulnerability to iron, so they can be turned into flesh and blood using iron. And you are going to find all these creatures and all this mythology. We're going to find even bad creatures like ghouls or nightmares that also live in the desert. And I love that it incorporates all this magical world alongside the one we are living here. And I love also that we have this cohabitation between magic and science, and I love that because there's people who still think that magic exists, and it does. As I said, you have the genie, and you have the ghouls, and you have the nightmares, and you have the buraki, but also they're constructing guns because they want to go to war. So that's a very human thing to do, just conquer places where people are living peacefully and turning it into something to exploit for the benefit of the powerful. So we are going to have these two halves in the book, and that's something that I completely love. For me, I think I love the money, but I have to say that I think that what I love most about this book, it's the place where the action is happening. And what I mean by that, it's, as I say, all these magical world where you have all these magic creatures, and they are just, you believe that. you don't take a leap of faith, because in the way it's written, you really believe that these creatures are coexisting with the humans. And for me it was amazing. The world building that Alwyn has created in this book for me was the best, and that's saying a lot, because as you know, I'm a characters reader. I love the characters. For me, it's what they keep the plot moving. If the characters aren't sewn, I don't enjoy the book. So for me, saying that the characters are amazing, but for me, it was even better the world that she created. That's saying a lot. And I have to say that what I love about this book, it's like it reads like an action movie, because always there is things going on. You think, okay, there is the calm, but it's the calm before the storm, because then suddenly something goes sideways, or there is lots of action going on, and it feels like you're seeing a movie where the main characters are just trying to fight for their life and run away from the bad guys. And I felt it was amazing, because it's like it's very well constructed, because you have the calm and then the action, and it was amazing how it was treated. And as I say, we have Amani with Jean. They're running away. Amani is running away from a life that doesn't fulfill her and doesn't treat her like she deserves, just because she's a person, a human being. And she's an amazing shooter, but as I say at the beginning, she's seen as nothing because she's a girl, and she has this idea of constructing this better life for herself. But also she's very intrigued by who Jean is, because the only thing that she knows is that he is running from something. And sometimes when they are talking, Jean sleeps saying things to her like having a brother or things like that, but he is a puzzle to her. And I love how we have this girl that feels that he has to go alone against the wall. I love how she begins to realize that maybe there is something else in the world, that maybe she can find a place where she belongs. I'm not going to say much about the plot because I don't want to make spoilers. All my reviews are spoiler free. But I love that in this book we also have the concept of family. Having the same blood doesn't mean that we are family, and we can find family between friends and colleagues, or even pets. You know what I mean? And I love that we have this idea here, that we have this girl who has no one, and then suddenly she finds a place where she can belong. She finds a family, and she finds friends, and how important for her is to find people who care about her, who believe about her, and that she finds her place. That's amazing. I have to say, there was something at the ending that related to this family thing that threw me off a bit, but I cannot say it exactly because I don't want to make spoilers, but it was, the ending, it's like, okay, now what? And I'm lucky I have the second one at home, because I really feel like the ending left like me hanging there. It's conclusive. It doesn't have a cliffhanger at the ending, but in the way it was written, when it ends, it's like I want to know more. You know what I mean? And I need to see Amani again, and I need to see Jean. I need to know how the revolution goes. I need to know what happens with the magical creatures that inhabit this magical world, and I need to know more. And for me, that's amazing. As I say in another review, with all the pandemic going on, for me, it has been hard just to fall into a book and enjoy it. Seems like, fingers crossed, that I finally am out of my reading slump. I shouldn't say it so loud, I hope it doesn't affect. But for me, finding books like this one that pulls me into another world and lets me wanting to know more about the characters and the story, for me, those kind of books are amazing. So if you like books about amazing characters who want to take their own lives in their own hands, magical creatures like nothing you've ever seen, and you love the desert, you're going to love this book, because that's amazing. And I love the friendships that built in this book. I love the mystery about what's going on. I love the big discoveries, and I can say that I love everything. And it's a journey about a girl that feels like she's alone in the world, finding her place and her people, and that's always amazing. So thank you for watching. Bye.